NCERT Science Class 6 Standard Chapter 4 Exploring Magnets comes under Physics. The concept related to magnetism and the concept comes under magnetism. The lesson introduced to the device called magnetic compass. What is magnetic compass? Magnetic compass is a device which used to find out the direction, south and north direction with the help of the magnetic needle. There are certain subjects we are using in day-to-day life. Pencil boxes, purses, the magnetic attraction between the duster and the board are used in day-to-day life with the concepts comes under magnets. What are magnets? Magnets are made up of rocks or metals, can create a invisible field around them. According to their purpose of use, commercial purpose, the magnets of a different shape nowadays. Bar magnet, U-shaped magnet and ring magnet. What are in olden days, the lodestone. What is lodestone? Lodestone is the magnet used by sailors in the olden days with the naturally occurring magnets, that is called lodestone. Nowadays, the artificial magnets are used in laboratory. Nowadays, the magnets can be made from iron and artificial magnet also can be made. School laboratory, pencil boxes, stickers, toys are example of artificial magnets. Magnetic and non-magnetic materials. The objects which are attracted toward the magnetic force or magnets are called magnetic substances, and which is not is called non-magnetic substances. In the picture, there are certain objects are given in that what are magnetic and non-magnetic substances. Key, nail, needle, fork are made up of iron, get attracted towards the magnet are called magnetic substances. The other substances like wood, glass, chalk, pencil boxes are made up of their respective substance like wood, glass. It's a non-magnetic substance, not get attracted towards the magnet are called non-magnetic substances. So next we are going to see the definition of what are magnetic and non-magnetic materials. So magnetic and non-magnetic material. For example, a small pin or screw or needle get attracted towards the north or south pole of the magnet. So those substances which attracted, the material attracted towards the magnet are called magnetic materials. The material which are not attracted towards the magnet are called non-magnetic materials. See, for example, the north and south pole of the magnet, the iron fillings are sticking to a bar of a magnet because of it comes near the magnetic force or magnetic line formed by a magnet. The next one is what is a pole of a magnet, what is south pole and north pole of a magnet. If a magnet is suspended in air, a magnet is on rest, the north and south pole, the magnet on the magnetic pole are called north and south pole. Most of the iron fillings stick to the poles of a magnet of any shape. It is not possible to obtain a broken magnet, small piece of magnet without pole. North and south pole always exist in pair. Even a smallest piece of magnet, the north and south pole are present. A single north pole or a south pole magnet cannot exist. So this one is what is pole of a magnet. The next point is how to identify, how to define what are north pole and south pole of a magnet. For example, if a magnet is suspended in air, so the north pole is directed towards the north side and south pole is directed toward the south pole. So now we have to define, how we have to write what are north pole and south pole of a magnet. A freely suspended magnet comes to rest along the north and south direction. So the end of the magnet that point towards the north direction is called north seeking or north pole of a magnet. The other end, the opposite end, it's directed towards the south direction or seeking south direction is called south pole of a magnet. The implies that magnets rest along in south and north direction. So the property of magnets, the suspended, directed towards the south and north direction with the basic principle magnetic box, the compass box is made to find out the south and north direction in any place. So the magnetic compass is made with the principle of the pole of a magnet and the suspension of the magnet in a north and south direction on rest on or suspension. So this is the structure or the shape of the magnetic compass. So when the use of the purpose of magnetic compass is to find out the direction. So here the needle of the magnet compass indicates north and south direction. The compass box is gently rotated until the north and south direction or dial are aligned with the needle. The question, describe the magnetic compass or write the structure of magnetic compass. Magnetic compass is usually a small circular box with the transparent cover. The magnet in the shape of the needle is mounted on a pin standing at the bottom of the box. This needle is balanced on a pin in such a manner that it can move around at any point easily or rotate freely. The end of the needle which rests in north direction is usually painted with red and the other one is painted in the north direction is painted in red. Below the needle there is a dial marked on it. So north direction is painted with red color to find out what is north direction. So this is the description of the structure of the magnetic compass which we use to find the north and south direction. Here the needle, the magnetic needle device which used to show the north direction, which is painted red, it is given. The next word is what is Manchayatra. Manchayatra in olden days, the magnetic needle, magnetized fish-shaped iron piece kept in a vessel of oil. It was called Matsyayantra and Matsyantra. The next point comes under magnetism is attraction and repulsion between the magnet. How magnetic poles are attracted and repelled. Attraction and repulsion between the magnets. Now consider the two sets of magnet A and B. There's a similar poles are present. Here the south similar poles are present. Here the south and north different poles are present. Two sets of magnets are kept here. Here the magnet A and B, south and north pole. In first set, south and north pole. Here the opposite pole, it is not similar, it's unlike poles. Here the unlike poles, the different poles are get attracted towards each other. Unlike poles, the south and north poles are attracted each other, and similar poles, south poles are repulse each other. So in magnetic field, opposite poles attracted each other and like poles are repel each other. So that is the attraction and repulsion between the magnets used for day-to-day life with the purpose used. The next one is the color of the south and north pole magnets. In some magnet, north and south poles are marked as N and S. In some other magnets, north pole is indicated by white dots. In sometimes the north pole magnet is painted with red and south pole is painted with blue. So what you have seen is what is attraction and repulsion between the magnetic compass, magnetic and non-magnetic material, what are north and south pole of the magnet and ring magnet. So now we are going to see the summary points what you have studied in this the magnetism lesson, the introduction to the magnetism lesson. A magnet has two poles, north and south pole, on rest on suspension. Always the magnet directed towards the north and south pole. Two poles of the magnet exist in pair always. The single pole of the magnet cannot exist. Magnetic and non-magnetic material. The material which attracted towards the magnetic is the material which attracted towards the magnet are called magnetic material, which are not attracted towards the magnet are called non-magnetic material. A freely suspended magnet always rests on north and south direction. The needle of a magnetic compass, which are magnetic in nature, on suspension, it is directed towards the north and the south direction. So thereby it is used as a device, magnetic compass, to find out the direction in any place. When two magnets are brought close to each other like north-north, south-south, they repel each other, while opposite pole north-souths are attract each other. So the question part, fill in the blanks. Unlike poles of two magnet, unlike poles north-south, different poles attract each other, whereas like poles are repel each other. The material that are attracted towards the magnet are called magnetic material. The needle of the magnetic compass rests along the north and south direction. A magnet always has two poles, north and south pole. Single pole magnet is not available. A magnet can be broken into pieces to obtain a single pole. Similar poles of magnet repel each other. Iron fillings mostly stuck to the middle of a magnet which is brought near them. False. The first statement is false. Single pole is not present. Similar poles of magnets repel each other. True statement. Iron fillings most of the stick to the middle of the bar of the magnet when it is brought near them. False statement. It is always on the end. A freely suspended bar magnet always align with the north and south direction. True. So the question part of the video, the question part comes in next video. Subscribe for more lessons for NCERT Science. Thanks for watching.